I am very excited to be here today. I want all of you, as we start, to think about a time where you have been in a job interview. Clearly you have a job now, but I want you to think of a place that you have applied in the past and the process that you went through as you applied. I want you to think about the time that you took to prepare yourself to go and pick up an application. I want you to then think about the time that you took to make yourself look professional. I then want you to think about the moment that you went into the store or business that you were applying to. Think about what you've said. Think about the interactions that you had with those whom you interviewed with. Just take a moment and think about that. Think about the time that you applied for your last job. I think you'll see here today that the process that you've taken to apply for the job that you even currently have, or for the jobs that you applied for in the past, are very similar to the things that we'll be talking about today, which is building business-to-business relationships. Okay, now the first thing that we want to talk about is preparation. Now, business attire is something that I would suggest as you go and prepare to meet with a business. As you can see here, I'm wearing dress pants and a shirt and a tie. This would be an appropriate outfit to go and wear as you visit a business. Now, the point of this presentation is to not only talk about the things that you can do to prepare to visit with the business, but also the things that you can do once you have met with them, once you are speaking with them, and the after effects of after you meet with them. So the first thing you're going to want to do is dress professionally. Now, when trying to decide whether or not you should wear a suit or some slacks and a blazer, is think about what the business and the employees there are wearing. You always want to dress one step up from what they're wearing. You want to have good personal hygiene. You want to have your you want to have your teeth brushed. You want to smell nice. You want to avoid anything that's going to detract from what you're trying to accomplish. You're going to want to keep your hands free. I don't want to see your keys or your phone going off in your hand when you come in to visit me, even to the business that I work for. You want to keep your hands free from distractions. That way it doesn't take away from the things that you were trying to accomplish with that business, which is building that relationship. Along with that, silencing your cell phone. Any materials that are related to the visit is appropriate. So we want to make sure that the only things that we have with us are things that relate. So body language is very important. We want to make sure that we're not playing with our face and that we're not fidgeting with our hands and that we don't have, that we're not, being distracted. Our body is not a distraction when we're talking. Oftentimes I use my hands to communicate. But our body language is very important. We want to make sure that our facial expressions are positive and enthusiastic and fun and happy. The things that we do will affect how the person that we're communicating with will react to us. We want to make eye contact. We want to dress well. And we also want to speak clearly. Oftentimes, maybe when you're going to visit a business, you're not having the best day. But you know what? That really can't affect your appearance and your conversation. You need to put on your poker face, you could say, when it comes to visiting a business, because the way that you act and talk and make them feel is going to significantly impact the result of your visit. The next thing we're going to talk about is buttering them up. This is a photo of a parody of Paula Deen. We all know here that Paula Deen is a famous culinary cook. and she uses a lot of butter when she cooks. She cooks a lot of great tasting food. And this is just a parody of how she uses a lot of butter. But the point of it is that we want to butter up the people that we are talking to. We want to build a good relationship with them. And if that means that we need to, share some things about them that we think are great, or compliment them, those things are only going to help the situation. So expressing interest in their business is going to help significantly, along with showing benefits as far as a business partnership and relationship, but not only you as a business that is approaching them, but also for them as a business. Because a lot of people think, well, what's in it for me? And yeah, that's true, but it's not about me when I go to a business. It's about us and the benefits that can be displayed for both of us. Being sweetly bold. Sometimes you have to be bold and take risks as you talk to businesses. This is not the type of thing that you should send someone to do if they are not comfortable speaking with people. Oftentimes when you're asking for money or sponsorships or a giveaway or a discount or something like that, you have to be bold. Not being pushy. Not being pushy, but there's a fine line between being bold and being pushy, and that line is being sweetly bold. You don't want to cross that. So you want to help them understand how partnering with you is going to help them. Obviously, you know it's going to help yourself because you wouldn't be approaching them if it wasn't. So you want to make sure that you're helping, making sure the conversation is focusing on them and how it's going to help them and how it's going to help them be successful and how they're going to want to be business partners with you. You want to make that very clear. So now the point where we're at in this presentation is we're going to role play these things. I'm going to give you an example of some business-to-business relations that I've had within the company that I work for. And I'm going to give you an example. You're going to act as the business, and I'm going to act as the person that's approaching you, wanting to form a business relationship. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you that example, and then we're going to come up with a scenario, a real one, a business that you would like to work with, and we are going to role play that. You're going to act as yourself, and I'll be that business that you want to approach. We're going to role play, and then we're going to evaluate, and then we'll re-role play as we have time, and then we will practice again and conclude. Role playing is something that we did on my mission, and for those of you here that have served missions or that are LDS, you know that role playing is very vital in the process of being successful and coming up with great ideas as far as teaching moments and things like that. This whole process is a lot like teaching and a lot like a job interview. So we're going to practice this, and I know that it will help you become more confident. Because I know this is something that you guys have even approached me about, is knowing how to build these business relationships. We're going to practice it, and basically the thing about this is that all you have to do is ask. When you go and visit a business, going back to the part where I talked about being sweetly bold, all you have to do is ask. I've learned in my professional career that, a lot of businesses want to participate in a variety of things. They want to be a part of the community. They want to have business relationships because the more they're involved, the more successful they are. And so the main takeaway of today is understanding and believing that all you have to do is ask. They may say no, but they also might say yes. So let's go ahead and role play.